book. Tell us
Yeah.
about the new HEX book.
Yeah, excited for it. I think my goal is to have it on Amazon by the end of June. Feel pretty good about that timeline. I extended 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Are you going to time it with PulseChain launch when he announces it? You're like, all right, Amazon, I'm going to hit the button at that point.
Yeah,
I have no idea how it works, but that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool timing if that came together. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be great for people. I share, a little bit more. I kind of like I wrote it in a sense that it's like, hey, like if you and I were like having a beer at a bar or having a cup of coffee, it's like I'm just talking to you as a friend, and I'm not trying to get so like technically overloaded that you don't know what I'm talking about, because I feel like I've read crypto books and they're very technical in a sense, and there's a lot of verbiage in there and terminology that like a lot of people don't get. So I tried to bring it down in a sense, and like here's where we're at, here's where I think we're going, here's how to get onboarded, here's how to secure your crypto, here's where Bitcoin started, and here's the flaws that were discovered. Here's why HEX I feel is the superior product. Here's where I think PulseChain and PulseX are going. Here's the history of fiat. Here's what decentralized versus centralized means. Here's how you secure your crypto. Like just everything, kind of a macro type view, and giving my perspective of a guy that spent most of his career in real estate, and how a lot of people real estate is a great idea to build wealth. And there is certainly a very solid use case as to that being true. But I also believe that we have this like really short amount of time and opportunity, that we have this other opportunity to like really accelerate that timeline. And freedom to me is to be able to do what you want, when you want, with whomever you want. And I can't think of a better, I can't think of a better, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of a better opportunity, for lack of better words, than where crypto is right now and where it's going to be in 5 years. And if we both have the same goal and the target is freedom, and my vehicle was vehicle estate, and knowing what I know about real estate versus crypto now, I'm taking crypto 10 out of 10 times. Because you could take $10,000 in crypto and turn that into millions. You can't do that you can't even get in the game in real estate with 10 grand. So there's a huge discrepancy there. So if people are truly looking for an asset that they can DCA into with a few $1,000s, be patient, study the game, try to put in 100 hours of research before they invest into anything on HEX or anything. Like really research, look at all the angles, be curious, and do your research.
I'm curious too, like, can you take us through the process of, when you started writing the book, how you decided to publish it, with the new HEX book coming out?
Yeah, this is actually my second book. I actually wrote another book that came out in August of last year. So I'm pretty familiar with the process. I have a friend that actually, his career is helping people publish books.
Great friend to have.
Yeah, they make it very easy, the process, because you just essentially interview with him and his team. The interview process is around 6 hours. And then a month later, you have kind of a working manuscript. In a sense, it's like a ghostwriter. But I I go in and I edit it and put it back into my own words, because they're trying to like convey the story based on the 6-hour interview. And a lot of times it's like, well, I wouldn't say it in those words, or this doesn't make sense. So I kind of go back in and rewrite the book, but the flow is there.
Oh, very interesting.
They break it into, they tell the story in the best way they can. And then I go back in and change the flow, or I take this out or add this. And you go back and forth with the edits. And once you're good with the first draft, then you can actually order a copy of your book. So you'll see how it looks printed with the cover design and the actual. Then you go in there, look for any, or spelling issues. And then once you make any edits on that, then they launch it for you on Amazon. They do a push for bestseller. So it's a full comprehensive program, and he's doing really well with it. So if anyone wants to write a book, feel free to hit me up. I think everybody has a story to tell. So, why not like put down author as one of your accomplishments in your life? I think that's kind of cool. Like I use it as an introductory piece. Like, like that's how we connected, right? I'm like, hey, I'm writing a book, you're like, well, you don't hear that every day. So like, I like to hear what this guy has to say. It's kind of a piece to get some eyeballs and have people kind of somewhat interested in to hear what you have to say.